Spoilers for the Veilguard, but what is Vorgoth? Vorgoth as well as Myrena are the two contacts that we have for the Mornwatch who give us the most amount of quests. And Vorgoth almost seems to be like some enforcer for the Mornwatch. From this banter with Nev, Emmerich says that some abuses of magic are so cruel that people must be reassured that transgressions will never be tolerated. Vorgoth tends to those matters, and Nev says that do the trick. Now, if you look at the wiki for Vorgoth, it says that he is a spirit. However, I don't think that's the case, as when you talk to Emmerich about Vorgoth, he literally says that he doesn't know who Vorgoth is. No one knows who Vorgoth is. So I don't think he's a spirit. And he does look very different to the spirits at the Mornwatch. This is Curio and Keepsake, and they look more glowy. And that's because spirits make up the Fade. They are created from the raw magic of the Fade, and then they reflect the emotions of the real world. But the thing that they are made up of mostly is that raw magic. However, just because I don't think he's a spirit doesn't mean that I don't think he's from the Fade. Now, Emmerich says that there are beings in the shadowy areas of the Fade that we do not fully understand or comprehend yet, so maybe Vorgoth is one of those. And maybe that's where the Executors come in as well. This is a model for an Executor that has been data mined out of the game. Now, it isn't canon as it was cut content. However, it does look very similar to Vorgoth's design, especially if you look at the hands and like the bangles on the wrist. They're just a different colour. That's it. This doesn't mean that he is an Executor, but he definitely looks like one. But Dragon Age have been known to reuse assets in the past. Things that I find interesting about the Executors and Vorgoth is that they have that lack of an immune system, that part of a spirit that is made up entirely of magic, and I think that this is linked to Inaris. We do find out that Inaris has been experimenting with this mysterious substance. When this strange substance came into contact with magic, it said the magic simply vanished as if consumed. A magic that devours all others would be a powerful weapon. Now, this can't help but remind me of the Devouring Storm, and if that's linked to the Executors, it could be devouring magic. It would make sense that if a being that was devouring magic or taking in magic didn't have that same spirit-like structure that Fade Spirits has, because that would have been consumed until it was nothing but this shadowiness that we see. Maybe Inaris is toying with those beings' magic, just like the Evanir is toyed with the Blight, and that's why he seems to be almost consumed by shadow. I do think he's a being from the Fade that we don't understand, possibly an Executor. Now, he could have been fleeing from them, and that's why he chose Navarra as a base, as they are more welcoming to things that they don't understand, especially from the Fade. And it is landlocked. Now, he does collect landscapes, which I think is beautiful, but it shows that maybe he wants to see the world, but he doesn't feel comfortable going to places that are near the coast as he flees those things from across the sea, and Navarra is landlocked. So I do find this very interesting. Let me know what you guys think Vorgoth is, because I think he's super cool. And yes, I've already seen that there is Vorgoth smoke, because of course there is.